Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Not Sure Rise of Kingdoms channel. Today we are coming to you with a final KvK update. That was the wrong thing. There we are. As you can see, we are down to the last day here. And we have, well, I fell short of getting the 25 million kills. There wasn't too much fighting going on during this KvK. There was a lot of diplomacy, and then the one kingdom that was actually fighting against us kind of backed out of a lot of the fights early. So at most, our fights, like the important fights, lasted a day, day and a half. So there wasn't too much fighting. I did manage to get, at the very least, the 15 million, wherever that one's at. All the way down here, probably. There it is. Yeah, I did manage to at least get the 15 million, but wasn't able to manage the 25 million given how infrequent the fighting actually was. But we got all the alliance rewards. We are about to capture that last sanctuary. It opens for contention about an hour before the timer officially ends. So we'll capture that, and then we'll have all of that, and then obviously we have all the kingdom rewards as well. Here are my totals for what I did. 2.1 million loss, 3 billion resources spent on healing. So since the end of all the fighting, it's been a little rough on the troops, but I get basically a full march of everything back after this all ends. So I will finally be back to doing my normal forts and all that stuff once I get those back. Didn't really spend too much time caring about honor. We got our 130 for the achievement, but gonna end up somewhere in the 80 range, which I don't know what that gives. Moderate rewards. I shouldn't fall below 100. I'm still doing barbarians daily, so. But there won't be any more altars or ruins or anything like that. So honor is now just barbarians and gathering. So I shouldn't fall below 100, being at 82 right now. So top 100 is fine enough. So we obviously we have the ziggurat. I mean, it didn't take too long. Like I said, like the fighting wasn't very intensive. Most of the fighting, well, basically all the fighting was against 4024 here. And when we did enter Kingsland to fight, I think we made it down to like here when we were fighting against them. And then there was one point of contention somewhere in this area where we had like I want to say it was like a 30-40 minute rally against one of their flags. And as soon as we took that flag down, that's when they kind of just backed out, and we just cleared everything out from there. So we've kind of had Kingsland on lock for quite some time. We did do a little bit more fighting against them when we came to take over this zone 6 over here, so we could get the last of the Hyrons and a second sanctuary towards getting our achievements there. So there was a little bit more fighting to do there, but once we locked down Kingsland, that was basically it. I guess we also kind of fought them a little bit coming through here, grabbing their circles from them. I don't remember there being too much fighting, though. It was kind of just a lot of, like, one of the T5s would kind of, like, teleport near where we were trying to build, and there would be a little bit of field fighting until they decided to just give up and teleport away, and then we would just continue building. So not too much has happened since the Kingsland fight, so it has been for the most part, a pretty boring KvK. But here we are. We have this final sanctuary to take. Once we have that, we will officially have all of the rewards from KvK. So that'll be nice. I think it's something like 50 or 60 gold heads total between everything, plus some like legendary materials and stars and stuff like that. The reason that we have no territory here, well, all our territory is dead. Like, to take all of this, we placed our Alliance Fortress here to build off of, and like that was kind of where any fighting that did occur happened, was right around the Alliance Fortress. Once we secured all these, we picked up our fortress and moved it over here to just grab this right before the timer ends. That will open in 22 hours, and we have 23 hours and 20 minutes left. So that's the last thing that we have to do there. Other than that, it was a pretty straightforward, kind of boring KvK. Not too much resistance. There was no resistance from the kingdoms over here. This kingdom ended up kind of like being split amongst each other throughout, and we kind of like allied with half of them, and the other half kind of just didn't really put up too much of a fight against us. And then this kingdom was kind of not a factor most of the time, so they allied with us early on. That's pretty much it for the KvK here. Not too much to really go over. It was pretty, like I said, it was pretty easy. Boring for the most part. As you can see, like I did spend 3 billion resources, but I ended up still having a bunch left over that I had thought I was going to need for healing, but there just wasn't enough fighting. So I guess that's that for the KvK update, and let's crack some eggs. Oh, that's right, I have to choose a thing first. What do I actually want to go for here? So we get helmets or pants? Well, if that's what I have to choose between, I already have 30 fragments for Ash of Dawn. I already have my Eternal Night made. I could start working on a second Eternal Night, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the route I want to go on my second infantry set. I might just duplicate the one I have. I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. Because there are two different routes that I've been kind of looking at for an infantry set. And the second route would involve the set piece for the pants rather than the Eternal Night. So I'm not sure if I want those necessarily. Let me check what I have. I know I did a little bit start working. That's not what I was looking for. I wanted my bag. I did a little bit start working on acquiring Dragon's Breath pieces. That's not what that is. Yeah, because I don't need another helmet blueprint because I already have a second one. Van braces aren't even available. It's just pants and helmet. So, where are my? That's the Milky Way. That's towards another boot. This is what I really want, but it's not available, so that's unfortunate. More helm. I guess I don't. I thought I had some amount of Dragon's Breath, but I guess I don't. So maybe that's what I should just get. I mean, I could try getting a few more blueprints for that, but I think I would rather do my archer set before my cavalry set. So this is what I'm using for my Ash of Dawn, because I already have the other ones anyway. So that's all going to be Ash of Dawn, and I'm not going to make, more than likely not going to make a second cavalry set. So once I have that made, I don't really need another one. This doesn't do anything. We don't have any helmet or legs here. So basically at 0. So I guess we'll grab one of the 2 Dragon's Breath. Which one do we prefer? That would be this one. That gives attack. And this gives... where is the Dragon's Breath? This also gives attack. So they both make the same, or they both give the same stat. So it really doesn't matter which one I go after. So I guess at that point it comes down to what do we have on our archers.
And be counted among my subjects.
That gives 7.5 defense. That gives 7.5 defense, but it has the special talent. So I guess we'll go for the legs. I don't have a special talent there, and I have one on the helmet. So that's what we'll do here. So we'll go for the Dragon's Breath Tacits. And we get 10 right off the bat. Nice. Alright, what do we have? Spin this a few times. So there's 11 of those. Grab this. So that'll make 16. Nothing good there. Really nothing good there. So it's in the 25. Just some speed ups. 10,000. I can do a few more. So that's essentially 17. There we go. Alright, so that gives us basically 27. And then I can just do my free 50% off and then one more tomorrow. And that'll give us our Dragon's Breath Tacits. So we're good on that for now, I guess. I'll just do, if there's any more that I want to do tomorrow, I'll do it then. There's no reason to, I mean, I'd only get another 5 spins anyway, so. And so yeah, I guess that is that. We got to get mobilization registered. Still figuring out how we're doing that, because we have people from other alliances in our alliance to get all the KvK rewards. So we have to figure out, because the timer for this, to register for mobilization, is the same as the timer for that. So we either have to have everybody in this alliance for mobilization, or everyone has to go back to whatever alliance they're going to do mobilization in and get registered, and then all that. So we got to get all that figured out, but what else is it? Okay, that's fine. But yeah, aside from that, I guess that is everything for this update. So, I guess one other small update for anyone that is following, we are leaving 4021 after KvK. I have applied and been accepted to Kingdom 4030. Going to be joining that that Scarab group over there. So we'll see when that all occurs. I just need to get one more passport and then get below 35 million. Which, that's pretty easy. I just have to fill my hospital. So, I have, what do I have, like 70,000, yeah, 73,000 T4 Siege. I can just kill those off as well. and then just fill everything else in the hospital, and that should do it. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.